Hi, I'm Eric with Simply Elegant Home Cooking. Today I'm going to show you a great Italian appetizer recipe. We're going to be doing olive tapenade served on toasted Italian bread. This is really easy to throw together. It's a great dish to serve at your next dinner party. So stick around and I'll show you how it's done. So when you make a tapenade, you want to make sure that your flavors are all in sync. I'm doing an Italian version, so I wanted to make sure to get Italian olives. I have two types. I have green Castelvetrano olives and I have black Cerignola olives, but you can use other types. And the olives that I got do have the pit. We want to start by removing the pit. So I have this tool, which only costs a few dollars and it's really handy. All you have to do is press it in and it'll shoot that pit right out. So I'm going to continue with the rest of them and I'll check back with you in just a moment. And in addition to the olives, I also have a small amount of capers that I have rinsed and drained. And what you want to do using a really sharp knife is just to give these a very, very fine chop. You want to probably work them over for a number of minutes. Some people, when they make a tapenade, like to put it in a food processor. I don't, because I don't like to pulverize it. But you really just want to cut up these capers and olives until they're in very, very small pieces. So again, I will check back with you in a bit and show you what the finished result looks like. And that's what you're looking for in the finished result. So that's a finely minced. We haven't pulverized them though, which is going to give us a really nice texture in the tapenade. So now that these are ready, I can show you some of the next ingredients. And I just finished cutting up some Italian sun-dried tomatoes in a similar fashion. So I'm going to add that to the olives and the capers. And for the next step, I'm going to use a mortar and pestle. This is a tool, if you don't have one of these in your kitchen, you really need to get one. They're only about 20 bucks and they're super effective. So I'm going to throw in 1 clove of garlic that I've given a rough chop to, and I'm going to go in with 2 anchovy fillets. Now I know some people get weirded out about this, but don't worry, this dish is not going to taste fishy. We're going to use this mortar and pestle to just beat this down into a paste, and it's going to really just blend in and add a nice salty, savory flavor to the tapenade. Okay, so things are starting to come together. We can put everything we've prepped so far into a bowl. So I have my olives and capers, sun-dried tomatoes, and the anchovy garlic paste that we've created. And off camera, I added 1/3 cup of really high quality Italian extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of freshly cracked black pepper, and a pinch of red pepper flakes. Now the red pepper flakes are optional. If you don't like heat, leave that out. I did not add salt because there's plenty of salt in these ingredients. So now I'm going to just mix everything together thoroughly so we can let those flavors start to blend. I'm also going to add in 1 small Roma tomato and 1 small shallot that I have diced up fine. On top of that, I'm going to add about 1/4 of a lemon juiced. And finally, I have about 20 basil leaves that I have chiffonaded. You can either do that or give them a really, really fine mince. So at this point, everything is ready for the tapenade. I'm just going to mix this again very thoroughly to make sure it's all incorporated. And there's a couple options for serving. You can either serve it on crackers, or what I like to do is toast some Italian bread. So I've cut that into slices and I'm going to just drizzle on a little bit of olive oil on each side. Just kind of move that around to incorporate it. And I'm going to pop that into the oven for about 4 to 5 minutes on each side. I have the oven preheated at 400 degrees. Okay, so here is the finished product, olive tapenade served on toasted Italian bread. Let me dig in and give this a try. So that is so good. There's so much complexity in the tapenade. All of those bold flavors that we use, but they're balanced out really, really well. And that goes great with the bread. You could hear how crunchy that was. This is really easy to put together. You can make this ahead and then serve it at your next Italian dinner party, get together. I'm sure your friends and family are going to love it. So I really hope you enjoyed. I'm Eric with Simply Elegant Home Cooking. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.